as we kind of move towards a summation from you, is really important for us in formulating world spirituality. Because what Huston really confirms is our intuition of dual citizen. And what a dual citizen means is you have to be first, hopefully, deeply rooted in one tradition, deeply rooted in a set of commitments, and from there you can expand. At the same time, there is a group of people that we know that have a hard time. I was privileged to be raised steeped in Jewish practice.
Yeah.
You were privileged to be raised steeped in Christian practice.
Right.
When I stopped by your bedroom, I saw the Holy Bible by your bed.
Yeah.
But take someone like Mariana, who was raised in a Jewish family, beautiful family, but the Judaism didn't work. So she went east, found her way in Hinduism, right? But there's still other people who feel alienated from any one tradition and are looking for a shared world tradition. And the question is there, even as we remain in our individual traditions, is there room side by side with that for a new shared world tradition to emerge?
My knee-jerk response is very doubtful. I cannot envision and would welcome any sort of painting the picture of what you have in mind. It certainly is not a homogenized.
Not a homogenizing, no.
I don't get it, and because I don't get it, I can't imagine it concretely. I can't believe that it's on the right track.
Right.
If you want to try to flesh it out and describe what a world, not dual citizen, but a world citizenship.
I would love to.
Good.
So here's an image. And what we want to try and do is really imagine. We need here a leap of imagination, because Huston is saying, what would it look like? Right? So here's a vision of what it might look like. Let's say there's a weekly service every week. Let's say it's on Sunday morning. And let's say it's a 2-hour service. And every week there's a half hour of prayer, which is, of course, Christian and Jewish. Then there's a half hour of meditation, which is profoundly Eastern. And prayer and meditation are both regular, deep, committed practices, just like they are in your life. 2, people actually study the sacred scriptures and principles of each one of the religions and learn from them. And 3, sages from each of the great traditions come and offer teaching. Now, this actually is just like the process that you did to write your book, right? And it's actually just like the way you actually live parts of your life. Prayer, meditation, sacred text, study with great sages. And if that becomes not dilettantism, not homogenization, but actually I respect the great truths of every system and I study from them in my world spirituality church, with my world spirituality preschool, with genuine, committed, surrendered practice, that might be exciting for millions and millions of people who can no longer find their home in a single religion. And for those tens of millions of people, we're looking for what might actually create a genuine home. So that's my imagination.
All right. I do not resonate because what happens to the left leg? Where is the left leg in those people who are wonderfully all over the spiritual world, spiritual man, but I didn't hear any place for the left leg.
Part of the inquiry in this question of world spirituality is just this. It's a collective inquiry, really asking the questions, as you've been doing, for several decades, and as we're continuing to do, not to find a dogma or to presume a solution, but to continue asking these questions. So I just add that into the conversation.
Absolutely. And Huston, you offer us a challenge. Your challenge is, can you have a left leg in a world spirituality? That's a challenge. That's a great challenge. We'll see. The hope is, my hope, is that although I'm most comfortable when I'm reading the Talmud,
Yes.
right, I feel most at home in a Kabbalistic text. I
Good.
feel most connected when I'm laying my phylacteries in the morning.
Yes.
And although I'm trying to develop world spirituality, as Mariana will tell you, I keep kosher, lay tefillin, and I practice my native religion.
Good.
And yet I know that there are tens of millions of people in the world who don't have yours and my experience. And I'm thinking, imagining together with Mariana and discussing with you today, not to reach agreement, but to have a conversation.
Yes.
Could we create a world spirituality that has a left leg, that has powerful practices, powerful commitment, powerful study, that in a generation or two, people could say, that practice of world spirituality, I'm rooted in that. That's my left leg. And that's the great question.
First of all, what's the need for it? What would it contribute? And second, I am afraid that the motivating principle might be togetherness. Let me spell that out.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I know many, no, never mind quantitatively, I know people who look to me like their real religion is togetherness. And one can understand that because the human community needs to work together, but I have a lurking suspicion that in such people is that their real religion is togetherness rather than one of the 8 revealed religions.
Fantastic. So let me, and we can both respond to both questions. Let me make sure I heard them. One, the first question, what's the need? The second question is the underlying motivation of a world spirituality really the principle of togetherness, which is, although important, not the core religious principle of kneeling before the divine?
Right.
Right, fantastic. So
You've got it.
No, that's wonderful. This is the kind of conversation, I have to say, that we hoped for.
Good.
What we hoped for was not a simple blessing, but actually real challenges, right, to the thinking about a world spirituality. So you want to try and address those first 2 questions, Mariana?